Y'all want to know the truth? I'm a teacher. I don't want to go back.
I don't want to work anymore because I'm working every day very hard and I never had money.
If you want to be a teacher, just know it literally sucks the life out of you. It is currently 4 p.m. on a Friday and I am in bed because of how exhausted I am and how much my head is pounding.
Every day I am reminded. I am reminded how much I don't like kids.
Truly, teaching is one of the most agonizing professions that requires you to basically sign over your mind, body, and soul.
Hey Rats, I'm a teacher and I can barely afford to pay rent with my salary. My salary bi-weekly is basically my rent minus $500. Guess how much my car is? $400. Guess how much insurance is? $100. Oh yeah, that's right. You do the math. I'm left with owing money at the end of the month. That's not even with groceries.
Well, what these women want to do is live these luxury lives by babysitting K through 5. Let's just be real. That's what they're complaining about. They come in, I'm not saying teachers don't do work, but they're not doing that much. They get the weekends off. They get the holidays off. They're off by what? 4, no more than 5 p.m. And they're complaining because they gotta, teach a kid how to color 5 plus 5. Do division multiplication. I can see if they're talking about, high school and up, but if you're pretty much, doing attendance and you're grading a paper, you just skim through it real quick. You put a plus or a B or -2, whatever. It don't take that much for kindergarten through 5th to 6th, 7th, 8th grade. They're complaining because they want to be independent from it. And they thought, okay, let me go get this teaching degree so I can sit in front of 3rd graders and then complain how they throw temper tantrums and why I'm not making $100,000 a year. No, teaching is not meant for you to live a luxury life off of.
What do you do for work?
I'm a teacher, a 3rd grade teacher, math and science.
What are you making?
I make $41,000 a year. So I only bring home $1,700 a month.
You don't.
3rd grade science, you making $41,000? I mean, what do kids know? Do you remember anything that they talked about in 3rd grade, 5th grade, 6th grade? No. So what do you want more money? 3rd grade science? What are you doing? Blowing bubbles?
Yeah.
We don't get free lunch. No, teachers pay for lunch.
My paycheck came in today as a teacher, and I know how much I typically make every month, but today it clicked that, oh wow, I make no money, and no one's gonna do anything about it. Maybe teachers wouldn't be so stressed if you could live without a roommate, or I don't know, afford groceries and gas.
My teaching salary is about $3,100 a month. After all of my bills, I don't have a lot left, and I had to miss work today, which takes, I think, about $200 away from my paycheck because my battery's dead.
This is my teacher outfit of the day, and if you don't like it, I don't care.
She belongs to the streets.
If you are a teacher and you're thinking about quitting your job, which if you're a teacher, you probably are, this is your sign to quit your job.
After a night behind bars, Taylor Brayley can return home. Do you have anything to say to your students? The PE teacher accused of having sex with a student. Do you regret these allegations against you? Liverpool police were called to Lanier High School yesterday after reports a teacher had sexually touched a male student. By 4 p.m, Brayley was...
They always be going that route, man. You see a lot more of these younger teachers doing this to their kids in the class. They should be thrown into jail. And this thing, they be giving them a slap on the wrist because they're a female.
Was arrested, later charged with sexual touching and having sex with a 17-year-old in her care. The 30-year-old got married last year, celebrating her hens in Bali. More recently, she appeared on a TV game show.
Wow. Listen, it just seems like the husbands get the worst chicks, man. These husbands, man, their wives be with them just for security. And teaching is basically for them to make a few extra dollars, for them to buy stuff, for them to, get some makeup, get some clothes. These husbands, they wives be just disrespecting them left and right. Haven't y'all noticed? They always get caught cheating. These chicks cheating on their husbands. And some chick in Downers Grove, I live in Chicago, not too far from me. She got, popped for doing stuff with one of her students. And she was like crying, "Oh, is my husband coming?" These husbands be on some beta stuff, man.
Let's keep going. Her husband and parents looked visibly upset at Liverpool court today, where a judge dismissed an attempt to suppress Taylor's name.
Do you have anything to say for your daughter?
The high school teacher appeared in court via video link from jail, bursting into tears when she heard exactly how many media outlets had already revealed her identity. The Department of Education confirming Brayley has been suspended from her job without pay, and support is now being provided to students and staff. Was it worth losing your job over what you're accused of doing?
$50,000 starting pay is not enough for first-year teachers, and I don't care if that's controversial.
Teachers are not underpaid. A lot of them just have this really weird complex where they think that they are owed a lot more than they are for the amount of work that they do.
Finally, I'm glad some females said it and called this stuff out. These chicks, they just want to supervise. That's what a lot of teachers do. They give out the homework, they give out the tests, they give out the quiz, and they sit back at their desk. Think about when you was in school. Now a lot of stuff is just electronically, right? It's online. So you do the tests and the homework online, and they grade it automatically. So what are these teachers really doing? Now if you in college, and you're teaching, okay, that's a different story, but they be wanting top-notch salaries. They be wanting to be independent from their husband, from men, and they want to do it by just babysitting kids. And they get mad because a kid called them a name. He called me this, he called me that. I deserve $100,000 because I have to deal with a temper tantrum. Well, guess what? Everybody has their ups and downs at jobs. Everybody has a job, stuff that they don't like on the job, whatever. But these women, they always complaining because they basically have to babysit kids for a few hours. Let's be real. That's what it is.
Have you ever been called the B word by a 10-year-old, Bethany?
You want to know why teaching is so toxic? Here's why. Last week, I was so ready to just be done with teaching. It was a crazy week of behaviors, and everything just seemed to like pile on me to where it became too much, and I couldn't even, get my head above water.
Teachers are not underpaid. A lot of them have this really weird complex where they think that they are owed a lot more than they are for the work that they actually do. There are a lot of jobs that are just as hard as important, and they're year-round. So you don't get weeks off at a time for holiday breaks.
Let's talk about why teaching is so hard right now. Teachers are literally leaving the profession in waves, and the public does not understand why.
Should I start an OF or keep teaching?
Like, you see a lot of these teachers that be dressing like this, and you can tell that's like maybe a third or fourth grade class, probably a second grade class. Look like it's maybe preschool or something, but they don't do much. Let's just be honest. And now that's why a lot of teachers, they double dip. They do the teaching and they do the OF. Right? They have these spicy accounts and they do a little teaching on the side because they know the teaching ain't paying that much. Right? And she looked like she should be doing OF. So something because look how she dressed. So many chicks come in dressed like that and they advertise themselves on social media and say, I'm a teacher and I'm this and look at me, and they put on these tight outfits.
I hated my job. My name is Tamara Hancock. I'm a high school English teacher.
I'm a single teacher and I am doing this all alone. And what I mean by all of this, all alone, is paying rent, groceries, all the things. The thing that's blowing my mind right now.
So you're a teacher, you got to pay your rent, groceries, and you're doing everything alone? This is what they signed up for. They wanted to be strong and independent. Like these women, they will never stop complaining. You know what I notice about modern women? Most of them, they just want a free ride. They want to do the very bare minimum, but they want to make as much as a construction worker, right? They in the AC, they in the heat, and they grade a few papers, but they want to get paid $120,000, $150. Like, no.
Now is this, honey, I can't afford the mortgage, or I can't afford the rent, or whatever. And then the husbands respond, or I don't even think some of those are husbands. I think they're boyfriends. How are y'all getting your boyfriends to pay rent? Or husbands? I mean, I would understand husband, but a boyfriend? You've got your boyfriend paying your rent.
Probably because they're good women. Probably because they cook and clean for them. They don't give them attitude. Probably because they put out And he basically went anytime the boyfriend or husband won't. Like, how hard is it? Men, we're simple creatures.
So you're telling me, truly, honestly, all I need to do to be able to survive right now is find a man to pay my rent?
I quit education 2 years ago. I was a teacher for 8 years. I have a master's degree in education. Ultimately, the reasons that I left was because I realized how bad it was getting and that absolutely nobody was doing anything to make it better.
Another teacher showing herself off. They love to do that.
No, but could you imagine getting an 18% raise and still making less than $50,000? Because that's a reality for some of these teachers. If you are still making less than $50,000 as a teacher, could you let me know where? Because let's name and shame some of these states and districts.